Hey guys, we're here at the Pasadena Comic and Toy Show. This is the first time this show's come into being here at the Pasadena Convention Center. It's put on by the same people that put on Power Morphicon, Robo Toy Fest, Brick Boutique, all that fun shows that we've been to several times in 2014, 2013. So we're here now for what is supposed to be really primarily a toy show. It kind of morphed as the year went on. We first heard it announced, I'd say, just about a year out, and it was definitely a toy show, and now it's a comic and toy show. So we're going to be running around the floor, hoping to see some, unique things in terms of vintage toys and things, something that we don't get quite as much in Southern California. We'll be looking for that. It's very cheap admission. It's $5 regular admission at 10 o'clock. There's also an early bird admission of $10 starting at 9 a.m. So fun stuff here. It's a great location, as always, Pasadena Convention Center. Lots of great places to eat across the street, other stores to shop, things like that. So always a good time down here. In addition to having the room full of dealers, as we are figuring they're going to have, they also have some panels, so we'll be checking some of that stuff out as well and see what they have. Very unique for a one-day show. So let's go take a look around.
That one's just, it's loose in the box. We had $40 on that, but it's just we're going to price it. Seeing a 109 right off the bat, but like I said, I mean, these aren't. Yeah.
All right, so hopefully you got a good feel for what the Pasadena Comic and Toy Show is by our tour around the floor. We had a good time. I would say it was a little bit less toy-centric than expected when it was first announced, but it was probably right on point with what I expected heading out here for the weekend. Definitely a good presence of comics there, so it in a lot of ways is kind of the LA Shrine Show, in our experience. LA Sci-Fi in a lot of ways condensed down. Much nicer environment. Obviously Pasadena is beautiful, the convention center is beautiful, great price, $5 admission. I mean, you can't beat that. There was obviously some celebrities there as well, some comic artists that we saw. We're gonna do a real quick under the con. This is where we go under the hood of the convention, look a little bit of what we picked up and talk about kind of how it hit with the themes of the show and kind of what to expect, because they are going to be back in 2016 at the end of February, so definitely something to check out. So obviously, with it being a toy show, we were looking for toys, picked up the new Avengers, Marvel's Legends series. The Hawkeye, already took them out of the package there. 25 bucks, a good price. I mean, it's not much more than it would be at Target after tax. Picked up one of our Supergirl DC collectibles from Mighty Pins, always a favorite of ours, only $20 there. Because there was so much in the comic realm, did take a little bit of time. Almost felt like it'd be odd not to pick up a comic from one of the comic vendors there. So old Justice League of America 1964 Hawkman joins for 15 bucks. So that was a good price. I would say, oh, one more thing before we get to some of the general things there. And then some of the bootleg Lego figures that are hitting all over the convention circuit right now. Picked up Hawkeye and Galactus. One of our good friends and companions, LA Rabbit on Twitter, picked those up. He also picked up a couple things here that we were able to share as well. A good selection of like Marvel Universe, and we got the Star Wars one, but just of toys in that kind of $5, $10. These were $10 for the 2 figures. $10, $15, $20 range. A lot of things on that cheaper end. And then also, as I said, several unique comic talents there, local guys and girls that were showing off their wares there as well. So thanks to him for letting us share that as well. The prices for the new toys, the bootleg stuff, all of that, really competitive, very much what we see at something like Frankenstein, so good prices around there. As usual, the market's kind of, combative there because there's several people selling it. On the other side, one of the things we were really hoping for was more on the vintage toy scene. Not a lot there. Same vendors. We've seen a couple places, which as usual are very overpriced, and that's just kind of a Southern California problem, is the toy scene. Outside of Bray's Toy Mine and an occasional find at some place like LA Sci-Fi or at Frankenstein, it's usually just everything's really inflated where you're better off going to eBay, and we're not fans of that. We like to handle the things, check them out, paint apps, all of that in person condition. So unfortunately we didn't pick up any vintage toys today. That's what I'm hoping to see in 2016. Was really hoping when we heard that this show is going to be here is that it would kind of have that vintage scene that we see up at something like Stockton Con. Stockton Con, we've been impressed. If you watched our videos from there, really impressed with the market there and the supply. I mean, there's just so many vintage toys around that it really drives the prices down and offers you a lot of unique type of things. So maybe we'll see in 2016, but it's a great first show. Again, can't beat the admission price, can't beat the fun. Had some panels fit in there, some, again, talent, the artists, the writers, a good mix of things. I think it's a great time for a family to come out and have a fun day. I know Carmela and I had a great time. We met up with our friends there, Pink Bunny and LA Rabbit from Twitter. Great people, had fun, went across for lunch and had a good time all the way around. So definitely suggested in 2016 to check it out. And we'll go ahead and wrap up here until our next convention, which will be coming up right around the corner. For more conversation on this, you can check our iTunes or Stitcher for our podcast, because we'll be talking a little bit more about all this and all the other kind of little adventures we're having this weekend in the themed entertainment world and convention world. So until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.